Starting in the name of Allah, the most merciful and beneficial. Hello, welcome, and assalamu alaikum. My name is Engineer Ishfaqur Rahman, and I have done BE Electrical Engineering from Hamdard University, Islamabad, Pakistan. I'm going to start a lecture series which would cover or revise our complete electrical concepts, and this would be very helpful for our test preparation for WAPDA, NTDCL, OGDCL, and other power related institutions as an assistant engineer or junior engineer or something like, or the post like this. So today is our first class, an introductory class. In this class I'm just giving a brief overview of the syllabus, but before going to the lecture, I would like to recommend some important, good, and fruitful books. And these books are Basic Electrical Engineering by V.K. Mehta, Electrical Engineering by Honda, a textbook of electrical technology by B.L. Raja. But I would like to recommend you that please buy and purchase these books in hard form. If you have these books in soft form, so that's also good, but it's very difficult to study from soft documents or PDF files. So let's move forward towards our first lecture. So during this lecture series, I would follow Electrical Technology by B.L. Raja book. So the first chapter of this book is Electric Current and Ohm's Law, which are the basics of the electrical technology. So in this chapter, we will be studying current, voltage, resistance, resistivity, conductance, conductivity, impedance, admittance, their units, their formulas, and their laws, and their combinations, either series combination, either or parallel combinations, and their relations with other physical parameters like temperature, like length, area, cross-sectional area, and rules related to them. In chapter number 2, network theorems, this chapter is the key and the basic for analyzing a circuit or a system. So in this chapter we will study KCL, KVL, nodal analysis, mesh analysis, superposition theorem, Thevenin theorem, maximum power transformer theorem, Maxwell theorem. So the I can say that 80% of the theorem that are related to analysis we will cover the inshallah in this chapter. In chapter number 3 we will study about work, power, energy, their formulas, their units, and how to calculate them. Joule's law, the important one, that how electrical energy can be converted into other form of energy like heat, temperature, etc. And in the end of the chapter we will calculate and find the kilowatt hour of our house, of hydropower stations and other stations, etc. In chapter number 4 we electrostatics and capacitance. This chapter may be divided into two portions: electrostatics and capacitance. In electrostatic portion we will study static electricity, what is electric field, what is flux, what is permittivity, how these charges are related to each other. So we will cover these topics in this portion. In the second portion, the capacitance one, in this chapter we will study what is capacitor, how it is constructed, how it works, its types, its combination, series combination, parallel combination, how its charges or discharges. We will see the charging and discharging curve of this, and we will control the charging and discharging time, which is called RC constant. We will cover this in this chapter. Chapter number 5, magnetism, electromagnetism, and electromagnetic induction. If you want to learn electrical machines, you have to cover this chapter, because this is the basic key and this is the basics. This is the first step to learn motor and generator. In this chapter, we will see what is electromagnetism, how it can be produced or generated by electric current, and how the force or torque can be experienced on a conductor if placed in a magnetic field. What would be the direction of this force or torque, and how it can be strengthened or how it can be controlled. We will cover these topics in this portion. After this electromagnetic induction, the most important, if you want to study or learn transformer, you have to clear this concept of electromagnetic induction. Then we know that electromagnetic induction have two types: self-induction or mutual induction. What are these inductions? What are their formulas? How it can be calculated? And more related concepts will be covered in this chapter. And after this, chapter number 6, the most important one, motors and generators. This chapter may be divided into two portions: motors and generators. Then motors can be further divided into three portions: DC motors, AC motors, universal motors. Then DC motor further divided into brush motor and brushless DC motors. What are these motors? How they work? What is their principle? And how they are differ from each other? What is the difference between them? Advantages, disadvantages, their response to the load, their load curve, their speed control, and how they can be started. So this whole will be covered. AC motors, two types: synchronous motor and asynchronous motor. What are these motors again? And the previous concepts I have discussed will be covered with these two. Then universal motor, we know that these are the motors that can be operated on both AC and DC, like mixers, juicer mixers. How they work, we will study this. Then AC generator, two types. Then generators are of two types: AC generators and DC generators. We will see their construction, their working, their principle, their advantages, disadvantages, and their applications, their response to loads. We will see this. Then chapter number 7, transformers. In a transformer, we will see that what is transformer, how it can be constructed, what is working of the transformer, how it can be, what are the cooling methods to keep a transformer cool, and what are the tests performed on a transformer before bringing or introducing it in a market under uh, several environmental conditions. This is also the important chapter of an electrical technology. These 7 chapters are the basics of electrical, and then the specialization comes, which are power engineering or electrical engineering. And after covering these chapters, inshallah, we will also study these 2 chapters, and I can say that inshallah we will do this in, we will cover this whole syllabus in 2 months, because I want also to revise my concepts, and this is a good platform that with you by discussion we can clearly cover these topics. So guys, this is the end of our first class. Hope you will not be bored and will excited to learn or receive and revise your concepts. Stay with me, a lot more to come. Allah bless you all. Goodbye. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.